Hey everybody, I'm Ryan with WILDFOWL, and one thing that I don't know if I've ever really seen any videos on this, but I want to talk about cleaning waterfowl mounts. And the reason for that is over time, waterfowl mounts, they get old, dust collects on them, and we've all seen it. We've seen the mounts where they get a little bit tired, they start to decay, and eventually that trophy that you were so excited to take home and put on the wall, eventually it looks like it's headed for the garbage. I want to talk about preserving the life of your mounts, and it's really simple. I've got two of them here. I've got a canvas back. You can see it's got a little bit of water rust on it. I left it that way just based upon where I shot it. That was unique to the region. And then a pintail that I shot. This bird was shot in Utah. This bird was shot in Idaho. And you can kind of see they're just a little dusty. A few of the feathers are displaced. But the three things in this particular case that you're going to want is a makeup brush. I don't know what this is called, but you want these things to be brand new. Okay, you don't want it to have makeup on it. You want this to be new. They're like $3, but as you're using this to clean, the last thing you want to be doing is applying makeup to your bird. The second thing you want is a pipe cleaner. These little things that we would play with when we were in kindergarten and as little kids. And I'll explain why. But a pipe cleaner. And then if your mount has wood, and a lot of them do, if they've got a wood base or a pedestal or whatever, something to treat the wood, to clean it. This one, Scott's Liquid Gold, I've had good luck with. But as you're going through this, and we'll start with the pintail first. Let's get this out of the way. So you can see some of these feathers just over time, they've started to get displaced. What I want to do is slowly just kind of get an idea of which feathers I want to get back in line. I'm going to bring this up just a little closer so you can see. But you're gonna see some of those feathers, they're just like right here. They're not as clean and in shape as I would like. So take this brush and slowly and carefully start to brush off the dust. Get those feathers back in line. It's a delicate process because obviously these are delicate birds. They've got delicate feathers. And like right there, you can see the dust that's collected on the sprig of this pintail. We're just gonna get that off. And this does a great job. These makeup brushes, they do a great job getting all that crap off. You've got, and I'm gonna point out why I want the pipe cleaner here at the end. But you can see some of the marks right there of where these feathers are displaced. Now the makeup brush is going to do a good job of getting these feathers back into place. But where the pipe cleaner comes into play, and I'll show you that just about now, but I'm going to turn this around and you can see again, I've got some of these feathers are just out of place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush, just kind of adjust. I'm looking at it backwards, so it's not the easiest thing in the world. Brush. Oh, that one made it worse. Kind of balance it. I'm going to turn it around so I can see it. There we go. Brush it into place. And you can see right there, I've got some wings. That wing's not great. So what I'm gonna do, and I just get the dust off with the makeup brush. And then with your pipe cleaner, pipe cleaner's soft, and you don't want to use that end part right here where it's pokey. Bend it, get yourself a little crease, and slowly work these feathers back into place. And this isn't just something like I made up. I reached out to the taxidermist who mounted this, award-winning taxidermist, taking home multiple ribbons. I said, hey, some of these birds are starting to just show their signs of age, because it's not like these are new mounts. Some of these are 10 years old now. And he was the one that told me, get a makeup brush, get a pipe cleaner, and use that to get the feathers back into place. So that's what we're doing. Just get these, move the feathers, and it works for all birds. You know, I've got a cinnamon teal. That one's pretty new. The feathers are still looking good. I did this on a Ross goose that I've got mounted. And the pipe cleaner works extremely well at getting these feathers back in line, getting all those fibers back. And so on this side, like you can see right here, some of these feathers are just a little bit out of place. And the reason why you want to avoid using your fingers. So your fingers have oils on them. And when you start touching the bird too much, all of a sudden those oils are going to get into the bird and they're going to start decaying the feathers. So I've got a side over here. You can kind of see right there. I'm going to use the pipe cleaner. I'm going to get that back into place. Use it, get it right there. Still a little dust. Get everything set where I want it. And then brush off the bill, brush off the head. Okay, there we go. That's a cleaned off mount. Now for the base, same thing. Get all this dust mounted, or get all this dust cleaned off from the pedestal it's on. This part, relatively simple. We don't got to be as meticulous on this. And then get your wood cleaner, clean it all off. And this is just going to protect the pedestal that it sits on a little bit more. The one thing that's really important, don't let this stuff get on the mount. And you can see already the colors are popping a lot more on the bird. Just from where we started, the dust is off. You can see those, even on a pintail, the grays, the blacks, that head. Just by getting that crap off that you might not think was there in the first place, that bird is already starting to look a lot more like when you brought it home from the taxidermist. Now, for the canvas back. So the canvas back sits on the wall. Sits like this. So there's things that I don't see, that I don't notice gathering on the bird. That's where this is really important. If you have birds mounted that sit against the wall, take them off and get them situated so you can see what is collecting dust and get them cleaned off. I would do this, you know, at least once a year for all your mounts, just to prolong the life of what you're doing. That way, you're able to extend the life of the mount, you're able to keep it on the wall longer, and you avoid them, you know, just looking dingy. You keep them looking crisp. You can display this on the wall and be proud of the trophy that you've got. So again, you're gonna take your brush, I'm gonna turn it so you can see it. So you're gonna take your brush, I've got a lot of dust that's collected right here, and you're slowly just going to brush all that off. Get rid of the dust. I've got some feathers. They're starting to get out of place right here. Brush off the wings. The wings will collect a lot of garbage, from small little spider webs like I've got right here, all the way to some dust. And I'm gonna come in closer right here so you can see the dust that's collecting right here. So I'm gonna just slowly brush that off. And all of that, right? So you can see all the crap that's been collecting on that thing. So get rid of all that. Keep cleaning it off. Move over to the next wing, clean the back of it, and you can see all of the garbage that's just coming off that wing. And you get dust mites, you get all manner of things that are collecting on this bird, but that's why we do this. Then grab your pipe cleaner. This one has a few more like particular feathers, so we're just going to get a little small edge. Get those feathers back into place. Now in this instance, I've got this Scott's Liquid Gold now on my finger, so I definitely don't want to touch this bird. So I'm just going to use the pipe cleaner, get these feathers back into place. There's still a lot of dust on this butt end, and some of these feathers just don't look as crisp as I'd want them to. So keep using the brush. Get it all in line. There we go. That's looking a lot better. And you can already see from the time that this bird sat here with all the dust on it to now, the black's a lot more vibrant, this part's a lot more vibrant, and the butt end is way more vibrant. So we've got this little crease right here. I mean, obviously that's just the anatomical makeup of the bird, but we're going to turn it around so I can actually see it. Get those feathers back. There you go. That looks a lot better. Okay, so again, super easy to clean your mounts. I recommend do it all the time. Keep these things looking good, looking crisp. And again, it's super simple. Just a makeup brush and a pipe cleaner, and if you have a wooden base, some sort of product to protect and clean that wooden base. Be delicate with them. They're a delicate mount. You want to keep them protected, but that's all you need to clean the base and to clean the bird and to keep them on the wall for a long time.